Holy smokes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo,
welcome back.
let's blow stuff up.
I like how you guys stopped because you couldn't tell if we were.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But don't worry, you gotta trust the buttons. Folks, welcome back to the Producer Lounge.
Episode 4031. We're getting up there.
249?
That was
4,000.
I want to say.
Good guess.
Hang on, let me check
Close
the
enough.
old
Close
stats
enough.
here. 248. Excuse me, guys. 248.
Oh, wow. Look at
Sorry.
that.
We haven't announced you yet, so
Yeah, please don't talk, guys.
all right,
Please don't
all right.
talk.
Put the mic down.
Guys.
Stop talking.
Thank you.
Yes, Jacob, you've noticed that it is, in fact, a full house today.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, everywhere you lie. You know
Also,
the full house
shout
thing?
out Jacob. Fucking always showing up, supporting
Cheers
the
to
stream.
you,
Cheers to
Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah. Cheers to shake.
Guys, it's the Producer Lounge. We're going to talk about music production. That's what we do on the show. It's a broadcast. It's a podcast. Call it whatever you want. Technically, it's a broadcast.
Broad pod.
Yeah,
a show.
a prodcast.
Prod.
It's
Oh.
a prodcast.
Oh, no, wait. That's already a thing.
Oh, what?
The prodcast. The producer cast.
Oh, that's lame, though.
Prodcast. Yeah.
Folks, we have multiple guests for you today. It's the 400 gang all together here.
Whoa. We got
Give it
a
up
crew.
for Lingo.
Shout out Lingo. First time on the pod.
Oh, shit, with a
accidentally
shout
hit a
out.
button.
Nice.
It's an absolute pleasure, baby.
Oh, man. We got Lingo
You
in the
sound like a
building.
smoker. It's an absolute pleasure. And Von Klaus with us today.
Von
Returning.
Klaus.
Back on it again.
Back on it.
Yeah,
Is this your
that's right.
Been a while.
fourth episode?
Honestly, I have no
Third
idea.
episode?
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, it's been a while, though.
Yeah,
Like
it
a year.
has. It's been like a year.
Hey, Von Klaus, can you reach behind you and hand me one of those blue coasters?
So if you guys don't know
One of these guys?
Lingo,
Yes, thank you.
Nice.
he is an up-and-comer
Up and
in
cumber.
the house scene here in Denver, and you've literally been putting in work for like a year, and you're already playing all the venues. Fucking, you've met all the people. Everybody wants you to be a part of their crew. You have popped up faster than like anybody I've seen in Denver.
I just gotta say, I want to shout out my mentor right here, Austin, the OG, bruh.
Shit. Let's
Talk
go.
about literally almost 90% of what I know comes from this gorgeous fiend.
Let's go. Learning from a glitch hop kid, which is crazy.
That's his response. Actually, everyone can learn a lesson from that response. There's a little something. Something there to know. Yeah.
Damn, I wish we
We've
could just
got what?
get a. Doesn't matter. I wish we just had 10 microphones at the ready. Just dangle them from the ceiling, like the WWE announcers.
Well, we'll have that Warren boy in here soon too. So.
Yeah, we have a secret guest.
Secret.
I bet you can't guess who it is.
Yeah, I wonder who it could be.
Yeah, don't think about any of the names just said
Yep.
previously.
Yeah, don't worry about what you just literally heard. So, guys,
So, gentlemen,
well, I guess
Well-
I'll bring this up before we dive deeper into other topics that we were previously discussing pre-pod.
what you got?
But I was taming a bunch of harshness earlier in the week. I was working on some festival trap.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically that sound.
Recon Gear is now Festival Trap.
Yeah, we are festival trap.
I'm gonna give a little shout to Brax on that one.
Sure. Shout out Brax,
big,
friend of the
big
show.
Up Brax.
So I was working on this lead sound, and it's trap, so it's super aggressive, like a pitched up horn kind of, kind of thing. And in the process of taming this high end, it became like, flatter and flatter and flatter on the top end, and just kind of sounded more and more bland as you went along, because you're trying to tame with soothe and other things, and then eventually it just turns into white noise, and then it's like, whoa, fuck. So what are some ways that you guys will tame some high-end things without it going too far? Like, what are your... And I'll say this without using soothe. Like, what are some some
I like
ways.
chorus. I think chorus can
Okay,
kind of work pretty nice by
Yeah, just
giving
add
your
some
high
movement
end
up there.
a little bit
Okay.
of
Smear it a
See?
little bit.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't
exactly
need
what
to be
I'm talking
like
about. Okay,
an insane
good.
amount.
Sure.
Could maybe have
Sure.
the wet at like 20, 30%
Sure,
or
just a
something.
little
Just
subtle
a
movement.
tiny little
That's a
bit
good call.
of just like something happening on that high end if you're crunching too much of it and getting rid of too many of those dynamics. Chorus can help a lot with that.
Okay.
So
I like
that
this.
would be my
Okay.
first answer
All right.
at that point.
Okay. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I always kind of think like if you just don't have high end, you don't need to worry about it. You know, so that's why on most of my songs I just do a hard cut at 600.
Okay.
Don't have any high end,
right.
and then you don't have to worry. It's not too harsh, you know, and then you can just call it deep dub.
That's true. You make really dark songs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
really
your
dark,
songs are super dark.
not in your face at all.
Aznadel, king of the darkness. He only
what they
writes
say.
in minor keys. It's never a marshmallow happy fun time
Yeah,
hour.
he's
with
never
him.
even happy.
No,
Never.
actually, he's always very upset.
Life
Yeah.
is pain.
Saddest person I've ever known.
That's what I'm saying. But no, for real. No, really.
No, for real, dude. Okay, for real. Fucking happy serious hour. I think about the Fletcher Munson curve a lot. A lot of brightness. You can have be really bright, but it doesn't hurt and it doesn't feel too bright in a song. It's just a certain region
So
in
you-
the high end that really
okay.
fucks with your ears.
Right. Okay. Go on. Go on.
For the producers who don't know, this typically is like the 3,000 to 4,000 hertz range. And sometimes the double of that, so like 8,000-ish, but the main spot that's really harsh is around 4K. So just taming that back a little bit, you can do it with like a dynamic EQ.
Right. You just put like a
Multi-band
bell on
compressor.
there, and you just like, just like suck it down.
Or if you don't have anything dynamic like that, even just, you know, EQing there a little bit, duck it out like 1 to 3 dB,
Okay.
softens it
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep.
Soothe is also banger.
Ah.
That's the same concept we were talking about. I know, I hesitated saying it because
Can't
I was
do it.
like,
Can't
should I
say
bring it
that,
up?
dude. You can't say that. Anything but soothe.
I had to put the microphone down. You said no soothe, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll give you a soothe alternative that nobody thinks about, but I'll wait till Dave's done.
Will you turn my headphones back down a little bit?
Oh, a little boosted.
Now that we're all getting hyped, it's
Yeah.
blasting my ears. Sorry about blasting your ears, everybody. Post-processing on the YouTube anyway.
Hey.
I like the focus on the area. You can do that. What I'll do is like pull down in like the 1 to 5K range and just sit there and sweep around and hear if it keeps it from hurting my ears anymore. And then just like sit there and kind of dial it that way. You could do that. And then if you're using like Pro Q4, you could do dynamic that on top of it. And then you could do spectral that, which I do a lot of that.
Yep.
That.
All of them together,
So-
like in a chain? Or
No.
Sure.
Okay.
No, just like
You good?
you could.
You could. Just a little bit of each?
Yeah, actually.
Or a lot.
Or just murder the high end?
I mean, like, probably depends on the sound and what stage of mixing I'm in. But pulling down to find the area that feels bad, and then using spectrally bringing that down feels better to me in my head. Anyway,
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I'll give you an alternative to soothe, but then I'll also tell you what I did in this specific situation to solve kind of the issue I'm dealing with.
bet you won't.
I bet you puss out.
God damn it, guys. I'm so nervous now.
It's a challenge now.
I'm so nervous. So if you use a de-esser, it's basically soothing on a broader spectrum. It actually works really well when you need things that are a little less of the main guy, like a little more of the background, and you can get them to pump real nice with a de-esser, which you can't do with soothe, because it's so fast. It just turns it into like mud if you try and like really crank it, you know. But with a de-esser, if you crank it, now you get like some pump, and it's just reacting the top end to everything else.
That's a really
which is
interesting
sick.
way of using it for not vocals,
Correct.
basically, right?
Yeah, which I
Like,
think I learned that from Sinistar. I think he was like, yeah, just use a de-esser.
That could
and I was
make
like,
sense.
oh, of course.
Yeah.
Duh. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's doing the exact same thing. It's just like dynamic EQ as opposed to like spectral.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Commonly used for sibilance in singing.
Right. Yeah.
Because it takes out the S's.
Right. But it works
So
great.
you usually just use it on like your melodics or something like that? Like
I don't
Like a
usually,
vocal.
but I
Like a
can.
vocal
But
or
yeah,
something.
like if I don't want to do soothe or I need something that paints a little bit broader, then I'll use a de-esser, and it takes up way less CPU. Like,
true.
like
Yeah,
I can
okay.
throw like them all over the place, and it's never going to destroy the computer. It's great. And especially for stuff that's like in the background that you're like, oh, I need to soothe this because it's a little harsh, and it's like, you don't have to. Like nobody's going to hear that. Just throw a little de-esser on there, boom, good to go.
what
Yeah, it's
plugin do
great.
you use for?
I use the Fab filter
Oh, that's
one,
right,
but
it
I've
does
used
have that on
yeah,
it.
but
I
I've
always
used the
forget about that.
default.
So like Fab Pro
Bitwig
D?
has one. It's DS.
DS.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
DS.
Pro-DS.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna have to do that
Yeah.
on vocals at some
Yeah.
point and
Great.
just see
Well,
if it.
It especially works on vocals, but you can also sidechain it. I think with the Pro.
That's
DS.
kind of what I'm talking about, with like the side chaining to see
yeah.
how it works. Like, is it gonna change the vocal up a little bit at that point? Is it gonna sound like more stuttery
right
or something?
No, it'll just usually get darker.
Just darker.
Yeah. But in this specific scenario with this trap track.
Oh, it is him.
Oh shit!
Oh, you got here
Look at
early.
The
this.
boys here.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the pod showing up. Everybody welcome in Warren. Woo! Fresh off work, down to
Fresh
top
cut
pod.
and everything.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Hi, everybody.
Hi, bud.
Hello.
You're not gonna have headphones though.
No, that's fair. I can hear you good.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you? All right. Folks, you can't hear us. But on the specific sound, I used spectral compressor. But what it does is it has like, just a flat band that's just like a pink noise that you can like throw down. But it also has a curve, so you can turn it into like an upside down inverse bell and then push down on the frequency to like just have it do spectral in like one little spot. And that at like 3.5K was like money.
Yeah.
Like just barely.
Yeah.
Just dabbling in it to like flatten out that area worked great.
It's weird how so lately I've been boosting a lot of like vocals or even snares or claps in the like 1 to 2K range.
Ooh,
It's so
the snap
close to
range?
like that's the snap range, which I'm like finally starting to realize like, and it's so close to the harshness range, and it can be super harsh, but like I don't know, lately I've been having a lot of fun just like bringing presence to that area, because I always thought in my mind like at a high shelf, if you want things to be brighter or like
Right.
a little more impactful on the
Well,
high
there's-
end, and
I've-
that can work, but
I feel like the 1K is usually what they call the presence
presence range.
range. Yeah. So it's like, do you want clarity or do you actually just need presence? It's dependent on who the mixer is.
Right. And then I started noticing myself doing this thing where I would do a little boost at the 1 to 2K range area, or I guess for you guys over here this way. And then I'd be like, oh, actually, I still
Yeah, it's like I can't so
over
I
here
can't-
in this EQ
Yeah,
range,
sure.
you know?
I mean, you say the 2K range. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
know
And
what you're
then I'm
talking
also doing a high shelf as well. And then I kind of realized like the curve I'm making is almost the equivalent of just like cutting the 4K.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Like,
sure.
Because
That's
if
funny.
I have my EQ, like if this is
Right.
level, I'm doing like a boost here, and then like nothing at 4K, and then boost everything else.
Right.
Like the equivalent if you just dropped everything down would just be like cutting the 4K and then cutting the low end a little
which
bit.
is what you're typically supposed to do.
Right,
Yeah,
cut instead of boost.
Yeah, you want to cut before you boost.
Mm.
But then you because of that, you're like, well, I want those areas louder, so you need some kind of gain staging post.
Yeah.
Which is something I've been doing a lot more of because I used to do that exact same thing. And so now instead I'm like, oh no, I want this gone, and then I'm going to throw a saturator or just a tool or whatever and just boost the gain out of the EQ a wee bit, or if the gain or if the EQ has an out, obviously
Sure.
you can just do that.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
that will compensate and do that exact same thing.
What do you think,
give you
Mr.
that same
Lingo?
feel.
Are you typically going for the boost? Or are you typically going for the cut or time and place?
Time and place, because
Yeah.
there's like certain styles that I'll lean a little heavier into, like for example, call me crazy, but I'll cut out
crazy.
yeah everything that's not vocals at around 8.5, and it's just hard cut, and it's like
You ain't crazy.
it's like it's butter.
I'm
for
right
me.
there with you.
Yeah,
it's butter.
Yeah.
That's a sick move. I remember hearing. Do you know Jaws?
Not familiar.
Okay, he
Wow.
was
really?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I want to fucking give you a hug right now.
I don't know who
So-
that is either.
Jauz. He was one of the guys who got really popular
How do you
during
not know who
the.
Jaws is?
I know that
don't
is
know.
pretty. Yeah, I know you know Jaws.
That's like
I don't know.
EDM.
You wouldn't like really know him, but I know we've
EDM
like.
royalty.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
basically. Yeah.
He got super popular in like 2016ish era when Bass House was really
Yeah.
popping off. He was one of like the not pioneers, but one of the guys who was like came up in that wave. You know,
Torchbearer, I would say.
Torchbearer. Yeah. And that was one of his tips that I heard like forever ago.
Yeah, that's a
And
classic.
I always thought was kind of weird.
And his
but
was
I totally
7K.
get it. Yeah, his was 7K.
You roll everything off at 7K with like a 12 or a 24.
Yeah,
That was
except
it.
the percussion. So
Yeah,
then all
literally.
of your percussion can have that nice
Yep.
crispy high.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a sick move. So you're actually implementing that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say that, or I mean, like, I will be honest. There's like some perks in percussion that I'll let like just fully ride.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
or glitches.
Sure. Sometimes you want the crispies.
Well, for
the
sure,
ultra crispies.
like a couple cool guys that are filling all that, like
Mm-hmm.
like the 8 to 12, like K range, which I usually have like one or two hi hats that are chosen ones that I'm like, you're allowed to be bright.
chosen ones.
Yeah, you're allowed to like have a little bump at 12K,
Yeah.
and just like
How do you
Just have all that
decide
air.
which guys are allowed to be the cool guys?
usually
It's a 909 hat.
yes, it's usually whatever the open hat is, like whether that open hat is like in a house track, like the middle guy, like the main guy, or in like a halftime, it's like, you know, like that one little moment. The tambourines, they're always, because if it's a think break, you're already gonna have like the two main nodes that are like 10 and 12, depending on where you have it pitched, but typically it's around there, and you can't cut those. That's the tambourine.
That's the
Yeah,
tambourine.
that's
Yeah.
the
just kills
tambourine.
the sound
Yeah.
if
I've
you
done
cut
almost
it.
every one
Yeah.
of my songs, so I yeah.
Right.
I've seen
You
that
still
on
on
my,
that?
dude. I see it on
Yeah.
my EQ nonstop.
Yeah, you just see
I've
these
looked at that a
two
million
massive
times.
little fucking guys, and you're like, those are holding the high end.
I'm so
Yeah.
bad about using tambourines. I need to use them
Dude.
more.
Dude, use
I don't know why.
breaks.
I just like.
I'll just send you the think
All you
tambourine
need
break
is the
I
four
have.
edits
four-
of the
okay,
think
yeah.
break, and that's all you need.
Just chop
just
it up
this.
a little bit and you're good.
Yeah, with
You
occasional.
don't need to chop shit, really.
Well, I mean, you can't. Yeah, sure. You don't
Can't.
have to. You don't have to.
You're a junglist, brother.
I'm not though.
Oh my god.
I'm not.
Uh,
I will happily take the
Tambourine.
sample back,
and then usually rides. Rides will also be depending. I have a dark ride that I'll use occasionally. That sounds so fucking good, dude. It's all fucking super warm. Like you leave everything on the bottom end. It's like,
Really?
yeah, it sounds so good. Especially for like where you would hit a crash, like into a breakdown, and like you can't hear the ride, but if you mute it, now you're cold. You're like, fuck.
though. Is it
We
just
need
kind of
that.
one of those like noisy things that you just have in the
Kind of.
background?
I'd have to
that,
show you
like-
the. Like I'd have to show you the exact fucking sample, and then
But
you'd
some
be like,
rides
oh,
you
of course,
can
it's
just
a-
leave in the background
It's a dark
and you
ride,
don't really realize
Oh,
it's
for sure.
there.
Oh, for
but
sure.
that noise,
Especially
is
drum-
still
drum
just
and
like
bass.
lingering a little bit.
Do you
Yeah.
second drop ride, like when you don't know what to
course.
add, and you
Course.
just add a ride,
Oh,
and then all of a sudden there's evolution happening. And you're like, this is a different drop.
jungle, dude. That's jungle.
Oh, it's the best thing
Jungle
ever.
101.
Rides are perfect for
Yeah.
that. You just immediately make it a different thing.
Yeah. Or even you don't even have to hold out until the second drop. You could do it on like the B section of your first
Oh,
drop.
the second of the 16.
Yeah.
That's a good move, too.
Or did you have something?
I just said, ooh.
32.
Yeah. my favorite move, the move I spam all the time, is a move I learned from Daft Punk, where the last four notes become the ride. What I forget the song name. You two know
Elaborate.
what is the song the Daft Punk does the the 4 rides at the end. Ding, the Kitten
Harder,
Cannon
better,
song. Harder, better. Yeah.
Faster, stronger.
Yeah. So if you listen
Harder,
to that
better,
song,
faster, stronger.
they have the
Better,
regular
faster,
hi-hat going, and then their fill section is just a ride on the downbeat. Ding, 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 ding. And
it's
so
just
good.
that. It's
just that.
That's just the fill.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And they
sure.
do it throughout the entire track too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people do. I've heard Tipper do this. UK garage guys literally spam this. It's become like a part of the sound now to
Right
do
is
that
goated.
exact thing.
Nicky Nair does that shit a bunch too.
Nicky Nair.
You should say that into the mic. What?
Nicky Nair does that a lot too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I always I do this same thing, and for me, it's like I build out this fucking loop, and then I'm taking away percussion as I'm building like the section of the song that I'm in, and then I'm like, well, I have this other thing that works really good with it, so I'll cut this one,
Right.
just slap it in there right at the end, and you're like, perfect. And then it comes back later, maybe
Right. Yep.
like along with everything, or alone.
That's an interesting question for you guys. How do you make people think things that are evolving more than they are without anything actually evolving? Because
Ooh, I
I
love this.
like doing that a lot without having to like write a different like progression or like do anything
Yeah.
else. You're like, how do I make this evolve with people assume that it's evolving and nothing's happening?
Texture.
Texture is good too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
okay.
good. Goaded.
Yes.
Goaded response right there, dude.
Do you have your textures evolve over time through the track, or you just bring in the texture and then everyone's like, oh, a new sound. Ooh.
I would say it's on a case by case basis. If it's something that's like that, I'm trying to keep like that same loop going and going and going and going. It'll be per section, right?
Okay.
But if there's something that I'm trying to follow, like the base model, where every 4 or 8 I'm changing something, then it's like just build, break. Ooh, what's happening? Oh my God, we're back at the build. You know what I mean? So and then it just keeps going.
100%.
What do you mean by texture? What do you do?
Personally, I'm like a glitch fiend. So
You
like,
do love your glitches.
yeah,
It makes me so happy.
Like, I guess like the best thing for texture for me and what I produce would be like adding some sort of like one shot of like evolving like maybe a weird perk or like an additional set of hi-hats that come out of nowhere, right? Or like if you're going to like add some sort of like minimal texture to it, adding some sort of like soft crowd in the background, or like a
Now we're
change in
talking.
motion, or like some like cold sounds, right? So like my favorite is the slamming of metal,
oh, it's so
right?
good.
Like
I
bringing
love
that in
shit.
and just having
Yeah.
like a nice, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
To piggyback on that, I'll for sure have like a certain noise that I've processed. Like maybe it's like a VCR sound or a tape noise. Or that sound. That was nice. That was a good one. It had a little bit of crunch. Ah, that's nice. Yeah, that
It's all
looped.
rubbery.
See, I can't. I'm not getting this. Guy. I'm not getting the same thing.
Oh yeah, you're not. Bummer. But like a static noise, of some kind, and then when there's a significant like change that I want to happen, you just have either that same sound or a different one, but totally processed in like a completely different way. So it goes from like super wide and tonal to like mono, and it has like a big fucking comb filter in the middle of it. So it's like. And so, like, completely changes. Like, if you listen to Ivy Lab's most recent album, like, there's so many moments where there's barely anything happening, and just the noise changes. Like, the whole floor gets swept out from under you, and there's a whole new floor, and you're like, whoa, the fuck just happened? Like, it completely changes the mood, and they just, like, add, like, a cymbal, and it's like, you're like, oh, it's a new part of the song, I guess.
Yep.
Like, it's fucking effective as fuck.
Is electronic music over now that Ivy Lab's
Yes,
done?
it's
We're
all
done.
over.
I
mean,
why are we doing this pod right now? It's done.
Noisia,
We can end it.
Tipper, Ivy Lab, and
done.
Turning retired. Like, I
Yeah.
guess
What else is there to do?
we all just throw in the
Yeah,
towel.
we're done.
Yeah,
No, we're being handed the guard, son.
That is true.
The torch is being passed.
Yes.
Oh, so who's the next?
I like
Ivy Lab?
the texture idea. I like the texture idea, and then there's like 2 different things, because in my head when you said that, I was thinking like a different version of using like a texture, kind of a because it's such a vague concept to just say texture, you know.
It confused
But I
me
like
at first.
adding a. That's why I was trying to like figure out what you meant. I like adding like noise. Noise floor is really nice. Other noise on top of things is really nice. Like I love a like a break that's really noisy. I'll just smash the fuck out of it and get rid of a lot of the low end and have it just like washing behind all the perk and the drums and whatnot. But I was thinking you were meaning like on a singular sound, have it get more textured over time, which just sounded like a fun idea to me.
That is
Hell
a
yeah.
cool idea.
I
That
will
is a good
say
move. That is a good move.
with the like the crowd texture, right? Like if I want it to start getting dark, I'll like cut it in half. Like cut the timing in half, right? So, or like halftime it, I guess is a better word to word that. And make it either really, really, really crunched and then reverse it. Take
Like stretch it out, you mean? Right?
Vice versa. I mean, you could
make it
take
fast?
you could either make it faster or you could stretch it, right? But take that same texture that you had and have it evolve by like quite literally lowering it by 2 dB, reversing it, and either squeezing it or dragging the fuck out of it.
Dude, I love doing shit like that. Yeah. And then, so on top of that, you can take that concept, when you're layering it, you can shift it up or down an octave and start creating like harmonies out of it, or shift it up 7, and then you're hitting like the 5th. You can't always like hold it when you're doing like certain melodic loops and shit, but if you just have like a one shot or like a big reverb throw, my favorite thing is to like make harmony reverbs. And then you can reverse some of them and then not reverse others, so then the harmonies are like swaying in and out of each other.
Ooh.
Fucking move.
You're giving me ideas a little bit. Because I love, Justin, do you use texture mode in Ableton?
Depends.
Oh, I spam texture mode just because
Dude,
the
yeah.
stretching is so good.
Yeah.
Like it just sounds like a Kai sampler, which I enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
And also
Fucking
Amigo does it
nerd.
really well. No, dude.
Just kidding.
Undulate.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, texture mode's fun.
Undulate came over a few days ago and we were working on some music, and he showed me a really cool concept with that apparently he's been using in a bunch of his tracks.
Ooh,
Where
go on.
Yeah. So he started it out with just a delayed input signal. I think the input signal can be literally anything you want. You just have to have it delay and create some like fun, movement through time. And he flattened that and stretched the fuck out of it in texture mode. But he was using the grain size to almost like tune the sample. So there's like certain moments where you kind of hit a sweet spot in the tuning of the grain size, where they kind of like lock in a little bit more and almost create like an actual pitch instead of like a glitchy effect. And he was making pads out of that, and they were crazy sounding. Like they had all this like really interesting movement because it's a stretched delayed signal. Since the delays are also being stretched, sometimes they like double over each other and create like, I don't know, like I want to say like harmonies, but it wasn't really that. It was just like making the harmonies that were already present in the sound stack to give the illusion of like
He's not working
something
with
happening.
harmonics at that point too, right? Like, you think he's distorting it enough to the point that it's like hitting those little peaks that like...
So that was the next step he did. So
Oh,
That's
shit.
the best.
Okay.
Distorted so much that it just becomes something else.
Exactly,
It's the
yeah.
best move ever.
yeah, so he created like this beautiful pad out of some like bullshit delayed sound, and then he just threw a sub under it and distorted the sub with the pad.
Right.
So he
right.
almost made like a noise based concept.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That goes-
yeah, and then it's this like juicy, thick ass fucking like ambient fields, and like it's one of those sounds where it's like it takes up so much space, but it sounds so good. You're like, oh, how do I even like add to this? Because it's already so full, and like all the harmonics are working together in one unit. Like, I don't know, cool concept.
I guess what kind of track would you be using that kind of...
I don't know why I'm thinking of
I
color.
mean, we made a
I'm
glitch
thinking
hop
of like
song out of it,
color
so
based
I
or
think you
something
could do
like
anything,
that
yeah.
too.
Color
I
based
get-
guys would go nuts
I
over that.
Oh,
think that would
color-based.
make so much sense for
Yeah.
that.
Oh shit, that's actually a really good idea. So if you do the texture stretch and then tune with grain size, and then you throw it into like pitch map, and then force some of the harmonics into
Then the
a major
harmonics
or
end
minor.
up being little chords.
Yeah. That could be cool. That could be really cool. Even just throwing weird glitchy shit into like a pitch map, or what's the purple one that someone was talking about recently? Chroma? I think that's one of the new ones that all the color based guys are getting hard over. But that shit is cool.
I don't ever pay attention to
I think
these
that's
sorts
the
of plugins.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We were talking about an episode not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a fun one that came up on the pod a little while back.
I want to say it's
I think it was
Chroma,
droplets.
but-
Yeah, and
droplets.
he was
Oh,
telling
yeah.
us about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John.
It's a
If you're watching.
It's a cool
a
concept.
few months
like
back. Go check it out.
I love the idea of what the color bass guys are doing, but like the second you do it, it just sounds like color bass. You know,
Right.
like it's really hard to make it not have that sound and like work with other things. Which I mean, I guess is fair. Like that's
That
like
little
complaining
tear
about a
out-
phaser sounding like a phaser.
The
but
little tear out thing that we were doing the other night, though, actually was kind of fun to hear, like tear out
That was
color
fun.
bass.
that was fun. Yeah.
A little bit of like using the aggressiveness of a distortion and just like having it kind of like mapped to a certain little chord here and there just to give it a little bit of like some bit of harmonics that it just changes it up a little bit instead of it just being the same like one shot basically. It was fun.
That's actually a fun concept to bring up. Do you guys traditionally lean towards doing like melodic phrasing or just rhythmic phrasing with like your bass elements and your leads and shit like
Only
that?
rhythmic phrasing.
Yeah, only rhythmic.
Only rhythmic phrasing.
Yeah.
Melodic, I don't.
What does that word
Ew,
mean?
ew.
Rhythmic.
What does
What?
melodic mean? I don't
I
understand
don't
what that
get
word
that.
means.
So-
I'm kidding.
I don't
I'm kidding,
understand.
dude. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay. I was
no.
like, okay.
Make drum and bass.
Atonal
There's
for
only
days.
drum
Yeah.
and bass.
No.
Yeah.
In their songs, there's only drum and
So I'm
bass.
why? Why everybody that said just rhythmic?
Ooh. I just like writing that way a lot more. I think of
Yeah.
phrasing and rhythmically, like even the way I write it out, it's always like thinking about it like on a grid, like 16ths, 8ths. And it's always, but it's written almost like I could write like a hi-hat pattern or like, it's not written like, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, you know what I mean? Where it's like singing or whatever. It's like usually like 3 notes and it's like just doing it almost either like doing like a, like it's complementing the rhythm. Like if I'm making a footwork song or something, it's like just like copying the rhythm, or it's doing like a. Why can I not think of the word?
Like a call and response from the
Yeah,
rhythm,
or like a
polyrhythm?
Polyrhythm, yeah, or like
Yeah.
a whatever. You know, like it's like doing the opposite of that or whatever. But it's always like thinking within like how does this fit within the rhythm? I'm not usually thinking about, and usually the vocal samples I use are like rap vocals that are all rhythmic too. Like it's not really like. They're not making like a melodic phrase. It's just like the rhythm of their voice, and I chop it almost like also just rhythmically too. You know what I mean?
Put a gate on that bitch. Who needs melody?
Little transgate.
But to harp on that, right? Like, I definitely agree. It's like, for me, it's like rhythm and groove based. So like, I want my bass line to tell the story, and then I want my like rhythmic elements to give it that like funk or that movement or that like edge
The jive.
a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, though, I write like all of my songs, drums, bass, and then I pick a vocal. So it's like
Yeah.
my prod style would like start with like minimal to like no melody. And then as soon as I choose the vocal, I'm like, okay, cool, here's where like the melodic elements come into place. So like the like bones of it is all rhythmic.
It usually sounds cooler and like tougher or like thuggier.
Like listen
when
to
you
Hard
just
Groove.
do the rhythmic.
Those guys
Yeah.
don't have a melody in sight. Hard Groove, it's just like rhythm, and then it's just over. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's so.
Yeah, I'll
sick.
definitely like start with rhythm, even when I'm writing like the melody. I'll usually like kind of keep it on like one note, and I'm just trying to like figure out how it's gonna voice, and then from there I start moving the MIDI notes around, and like
That's a sick
thinking in
move.
my head like, you know, I start like trying to voice it in my head,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
occasionally, very rarely, I'll like have it in my head, or just sit there and be like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But usually, even if it's like 5 notes wide, by the time it's done, it's down to like 3. It's down to going up and down a semitone, and it's a rave tune. And that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Right.
4 notes is who said? I think it was this guy Lou Reed who said.
Shout out Lou Reed.
Lou Reed.
Go.
Said,
What band was he in?
Velvet Underground.
Velvet
Yeah.
Underground.
And he said 4 notes is jazz, which I really like.
Everything is jazz
No,
now,
he said
but yes.
4 chords is jazz. He's like,
4
I only know how to
chords is
play
jazz.
3 chords competently, and he's like, everything else is jazz. To me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that.
It's funny. Yeah. I just like when I make things too melodic, I don't know, it like immediately destroys the vibe for me in a weird way. Like whenever I put
Like, what are these emotions
no,
coming
it's
up?
not. You could say that, but like every time I put like a key filter on, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write in like D Frisian or whatever, and I start putting notes that are like in the key, I'm like, nah, it sounds lame. Like it immediately sounds lame. But if I get rid of that and I just do like D to E to D sharp, I'm like, nah, it sounds sick. Like not paying attention to a key and just going semitones, like specifically up a semitone and then back down. Like it's like the melancholy spirit. Like it's not happy or sad or good or bad. It's just like dark with lasers. That's all it is. There's like no like, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite when it comes to
The
electronic
lasers.
music.
That's always
just
been
dark
an
with
inspiration.
lasers. There's no like, I feel happy right now. You want to be like, I have no idea what's happening right now,
But I
like,
feel it.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's how I like my tunes to sound.
I do feel
So
jealous.
maybe it's a detriment, but I don't know.
I still sometimes now, like listening to some of the like newer like hard house trance guys, I do feel jealous of like they'll write like a M1 piano tune. And I'm like, fuck you. It
Right,
feels so
right.
good.
Yeah.
And I'll like
I mean-
pull it up, and it just I'll try to write one. I'm like, this sucks.
No,
ass.
you just did one.
A
Whatever.
piano. Oh, I did.
song
Those
you're
are
showing
all
us?
rave steps. I did not write a chord
That's the same
progression.
thing.
Okay, yeah,
Well.
those are all.
I mean,
You wrote the progression. Though.
I did
you
write
just
a
used
progression,
rave
so
stab.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
like
got that.
no, it's like those like where it's like a I don't know how to describe it, but like a very euphoric like M1. I don't know. It sounds so dope.
Right.
But I can't write. It's hard for me to write in that exact style.
right. That and like every time I feel like I write too melodic, it sounds ripped off to me. But
What do you
that's- I don't know. To me every time I like try and write something melodic, it seems like I'm trying to I'm trying. In like a weird way.
yeah.
I get
like I'm
that.
trying to cater. And it's like
Well, you're always listening to something else
yeah.
too,
and
right? Like you're trying to reference
I
something.
did,
and
yeah,
Even if you're just
specifically with
slightly
that.
doing it a little bit, no matter what you do,
Right.
you're always comparing yourself to the prior.
but not if I don't try. Like if I don't try, then it just comes out atonal, and I like it because
Exactly,
it's
that's-
ravey and cool.
That's better because you're
right.
not looking
Yeah.
and you're not trying to sound like somebody else.
Yeah, that's usually the best.
You just
like,
end
I'll
up
have
doing
some
your own
references,
thing.
but
at the same time, like a landlord stab is a landlord
It's
stab.
goated.
Like an M1 organ
It's the
is
best
an
thing of all
M1
time. I'm
organ.
with
They're the
you.
best things all the time. Like you can use that and you just got to contextualize it to the point that it's like your own thing.
right.
Can't sound
rhythm
like somebody else
and a
with
kick
it,
drum.
but
Boom.
most of the time it works though.
Yeah.
And just gotta fucking be good.
We got
with
a
it.
couple questions here in the chat, guys, that
Oh.
I feel like we should address.
Oh, chat. Sorry, we've been completely disregarding you.
Also,
Forgive us.
Jacob Waters said syncopated, which is probably
That's
the
the word
word
I
you
was
were looking for.
Oh,
Yeah.
syncopated.
Thank you
yeah.
so much. That's exactly what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
I was like, I know it's
For
the
the-
I know it's
polyrhythm
the
thing.
syncopated
Syncopation.
thing.
For the
I spam-
rhythm?
Yeah, I spam syncopation all
yeah.
the time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Question number 1. Do you guys collab a lot? How do you find that process compared to working alone? I haven't collabed a lot. I have a collab running right now, and he needs to send it back. My opinion is kind of null
He
because
needs to send it back.
yes, back left. Justin, send it back.
Oh, it's that collab.
Yeah, I
oh,
want
that's
to-
good.
I wanna
I'm
work
so
on that. It's a
Excited
cool
to
song.
hear that. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't done enough to like really have an opinion on it. We've done like some hot seats together and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like that's different than like releasing a track with a collab.
Right.
or even having a couple.
Which also, a quick sidebar, a hot seat tonight would be kind of fun.
Hilarious.
We'll talk about that. What was the second part of the question?
Do you guys collab a lot? How do you find that process compared to working alone?
Oh, interesting.
Yes. I've made 500, like over 500 songs with this fucker, and then like probably like 300 with this guy.
Yeah.
So yes, way too much. I've collabed a lot.
Yeah.
What was the other part?
Oh my god. How do you find the process compares?
Oh, there's a lot less thinking with collabing. I feel like it's more instinct because you're just like going, like I feel like there's not enough time to like really overthink what's happening. At least in my case, like because I'm usually like making a patch faster. Like if I'm making any kind of like if I'm making a bass sound, like if I'm by myself, I'll spend like an hour or two. But if I'm with somebody, I feel bad. I'm like, I'm just gonna make something.
There
real
is
quick
kind
so
of
we
a
can
bit
just
of an
move
awkward
on,
pressure
you know what I mean?
to like do the thing instead of like work on a patch for like 2 hours. You don't
a
have
lot
that
quicker.
luxury
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
a
working
lot,
with other
like-
people. You have to like kind of get shit fucking going.
Which I appreciate though, because sometimes
Right, that makes sense.
when you're by yourself, it take like one sound can take so long, but then when you're with another person, you just have to like keep going.
It's also
You know what
funny
I mean?
because
Like,
the sound that I think sounds like shit, you and him love.
Yeah.
Like
I was
you
literally-
get
I was just
into
gonna say that,
a
yeah.
little bit of a like a thing with yourself where you're like you're always like, oh, I'm not good enough for this, blah blah blah. Like it doesn't sound good, but then when you play it for somebody else, they're like, dude, fuck yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. So the process is nice because you can work with other people and you have a little bit of a different flow as opposed to by yourself where you may be like second guessing yourself too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. What you got, Buckets?
I would say like yes, I collab a lot. It's especially with the people in this room. It's like really nice to it's kind of to harp on what everybody said, right? Like you kind of get to take almost a back seat for part of it, you know what I mean? And you get to like let somebody else cook. I will say it's like super refreshing because there's like so many things that like in every collab I learned something new.
Yeah.
And every single collab I get shown something that I'm like, holy cannoli, this is what's going on in the next track.
Holy
Yeah.
cannoli.
like without a doubt. I will say though, there's like a juxtaposition. Yeah, there we go.
Gotcha.
That you get put in when you're like working and doing a collab, or like if you're working alone, because that 2 hours to work on something you just don't have, right? Like it's like, oh yeah, no, my dude is staring over my shoulder, and he gave me 15 minutes, and I've been on this one snare, and it's just not sounding right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's like a really, really like comfortable, like soft, no pressure thing that when I'm working alone, that's like beautiful. But then there's like almost a need, in my opinion, to like collab with others, because not only do you learn something, but it's you get to see somebody else's process. You get to kind of like I said, take that back seat and be like, holy shit, like my boy's cooking right now. And then you hear something and you're like, oh my God, I'm building off of that. That's beautiful. Like
Right.
maybe you're lost on thought. Maybe you can't think of what else you want to put there because you're on the spot. And then your homie cooks for 15 minutes and you're like, oh my God, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The kitchen just got
Dude,
hot.
100%. That is one really sick part about collaborating with someone is every producer, like, you can just get like stuck in your thing and you're like, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what is next, and then you start overthinking shit, whatever. But you have a homie in the back and they're like, oh, I can hear it. I know where to go. Let me tag it. And then they fucking throw some shit and you're like, oh, I never would have done that, but that's amazing.
Friends will set you free.
Ooh. Friend.
Trademark that.
Shout out friendship, yo.
He means death. Actually.
That's the Recon Gear motto.
Death will set you free. Did anybody have any more thoughts on this topic? Dave, please.
Yeah. I loaded a bowl just now, but I didn't smoke it, and it's still working.
It's pre-gaming you.
Like Caleb and I used to collab a lot.
I guess,
There's so many different versions of like collab is
right.
so generic, you know, like
Yeah.
It's broad brush.
right now yeah, like you're saying, working on that tune, you have that collab going.
Right.
That is,
An internet collab.
yeah, it's from New York to Denver
Right.
at the moment. And then, yeah, like I'm working on a tune with Victor right now. But then there's the in-person, we have like however long tonight to work on this kind of collab, which is that kind of pressure you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Caleb and I, when we were collabing a lot, we would basically we would just work on it for like an hour or two at a time each and come back around, and we'd just let the other person work and then come back and be like, oh, okay, shit.
They
I
deleted
know
everything.
exactly what to do, and then, yeah.
Right.
Which is a really fun way to do it. I like doing it that way, that we used to do it.
Me too. I'm not a big fan of like the pressure of it because it takes me a second to like rev the engines up. I'm sure given more practice doing that all the time,
I was gonna say,
maybe,
yeah.
but like at this point, there's too much shit for me to get done. I don't have time to like hot seat around. I can get more work done alone.
You don't need to build that skill tree.
At this point, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You got
Yeah, like
big
I'll
old
build
skill
that
tree over here.
Yeah, I can build that skill tree later when I have some free time.
Would you say though that like that energy stays like pumping though? Because there's like, for example, we do that in Discord. So we'll do like an hour or two, and it's like literally Discord's silent. Every once in a while, we kind of check in and we're like, "Hey, are you still alive?
You guys are alive? Oh,
And
we're all
it's
here?
like-
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and we're both like kind of just going back and forth. It's like I'm working on my own track, and then he gives me like the track back, and it's like, okay, cool. I got like an hour or two to work on this as he's working on his own track. I do think though that there's some sort of like heat and like
Sure.
energy that you build with like
Thermal
those
properties.
Yeah, like that like
Whoa.
hot seat thing. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like not really that you're cut on time, but like you're both like just throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing if it sticks.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And if it sticks, you're like, oh hell yeah, let's keep going. Let's build.
Build off that noodle. It's still there.
And like a perfect example of this, I just did a show at Vinyl with To Be Honest, and the only thing he told me about my set was he liked the one collab I did with Austin.
Oh,
He was
no
like,
shit.
He was like, dude, that song was absolutely insane. I
Oh,
love
let's
it.
go.
Let's go.
And that was one of those hot
Was that,
seat moments.
the
sleep.
dream? Is it sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Nice.
good. And
Let's
it,
go.
Big
like,
ups.
like I don't know, it's like stuff I wouldn't have chosen to do for certain parts
Sure.
of it, and I'm assuming Austin feels the same way about other things. And it's just kind of like that hot seat moment kind of gave us like, oh man, but damn, that sounds so good. And
yeah,
it's like you only have a little bit of time, so like spit out what you can and keep going.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But
There was-
I don't think you need a collab for that.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm scared of like going too far down the collab hole where it's just like every song like I have to do a collab,
Yeah.
otherwise I can't get inspired. So I like making sure the muscle of me alone works really well too.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Mainly because me and Dave spent like 3 years or so straight where we were just working on the same computer, so we were collabing on everything. And so now it's still kind of like, oh, I have my own spot. Like, this is nice.
I mean,
know?
you have different worth working with other people as opposed to working by yourself, right? Like you're
Sure.
always going to do something different with other
Oh, of course,
people
of course.
as opposed to yourself. So
Of course. And I do want to do some more
Like-
collabs this year. So
Oh,
hopefully
let's
that
go.
happens.
So I
Make a
say
jungle
I
tune.
put the
Yeah.
energy towards that, and then whatever you want to do on your own, try to do that 100%.
Right, right.
Because there are a lot of things where I think like, oh, I could like totally do a remix of like, I don't know, Katy Perry or something like that with like,
Good.
but sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just try to do that myself and see how it turns out too.
Right,
Like,
right.
who knows how it's going to turn out? It's going to be wildly different whether you're going to be doing it with a friend or a collab or something like that as opposed to yourself.
Right.
We did do a Katy Perry.
We did. We definitely did. We
do
did that.
I was like, this
it
is
was-
a real example.
It is a real example.
I think there's actually been 3 at this point.
Dang, guys.
You did a solo, and then we all did 2.
yeah,
That's true.
we like Katy Perry.
All right, well,
Like Katy Perry.
I will say one last thing. All of my out of state collabs have died into the ether. So I will say
Oh.
like it's like
It's a good thing
like
to bring up.
it there is like just my last comment. there's something special about being like, hey buddy, I can show up to your house.
Right.
When are we
Right.
working on that track?
Yeah. And yeah, also, if you are going to collab with people, get used to songs just vanishing into the ether and never coming back. Like, the amount of collabs I have, like, I have a little collab folder that I'm stacking up, and I think it's like 20 artists at this point, and I've released with 2 of those artists, fucking AT and John.
Mm-hmm.
Like, out of all of them, you know? Like, the songs just die. Or, another thing that happens that you kind of have to mentally prepare for is, like, maybe one of you is really pumped on the song and one of you isn't.
Right.
And then one of you wants to release it, and then you have to have a weird, awkward conversation
Yeah.
where you're like, dude, I'm just not feeling it.
Right.
Or you have to be the guy who's like, yo, you want to release it? And they have to tell you that, and it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a fucking,
No, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. That is the joys of collabing there, Jacob Wanders. Question number 2.
Good question.
We were on
Holy
the first
shit,
question.
Jake. That was like...
Question 2. Do you intentionally compose your music in a way that makes it easier to mix in a DJ set? Example: drum pad at the start,
Love this question.
or just a pad building to a drop? Yeah, I can springboard off this immediately. For sure, I'm constantly aware of like how it's gonna perform on the decks. Like I was talking to Dave about this the other night. Is I'll usually just as a start, I'll have 16 bars of just pure atmosphere, and maybe in the second 8 some part of like a melodic or the riff idea starts to like show itself,
Then a key comes in.
and then 16 bars of with some kind of rhythm, so that I know where to set the decks, so that I can see like, okay, there's like 16s here.
3/16s? John 3/16?
No,
No,
2.
no.
Sorry.
Well,
no, but...
yes, because then there's usually the breakdown.
Yeah.
Because then there's usually the breakdown, which is another 16. Although not always. That it could be 8. It could be fucking
You're not planning it though, right?
something weird.
Like, how would you say that compares to if you were just freeforming?
It's
like, a
usually
set?
about the same anyways. It's at least that. It's at least always 16s of, or 16 bars of some kind of atmosphere, and then at least 16 of some kind of groove.
So you just make sure you have those kind of songs
Yes,
in there
yeah,
that you can
yeah.
do that with.
And then it goes to a breakdown.
So you're a DJ's dream, like a DJ's ideal, because like,
I just like having plenty of,
yeah, it's so
a
good.
lot of room when I get to the decks.
It's so good. Like atmosphere,
Like-
especially, is so fun to mix. Like,
Yeah, 'cause
when
you-
as a DJ, it's so good.
Well, it's especially key for just laying the groundwork of like, oh, something else is happening. Like just to
Absolutely.
be able to bring in the next fader, and immediately the room just kind of changes just slightly without having you having to do anything, and then like the reverbiness or like some hits start coming in, and that's not in the old song, it's in the new song that's coming in, and it gives you just plenty of vibe to deal with, which is so nice.
I
It's
feel
just so
like
handy on the decks.
I'm like a slave to my template, because it's like my template has been like
Sure.
cut through and through to give me room to breathe in the beginning and room to breathe at the end. Because I mean, truthfully, I know it might be posh to say on the producer's lounge,
Ooh.
but I'm a DJ before I'm a producer.
Yeah.
You know what
Sure.
I mean? And like every single thing that I produce, it's like so I can throw it on a show, or
Right.
like I can like use it for something fun, right? To harp on what you're saying though, with the beginning and ending of every song, that's why the beginning of ending of all of my music has space to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because a cluttered beginning and a cluttered ending just makes like one train wreck of a transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
and
pain.
it's like, what was the second part of this? I'd say my go-to would be like drums off rip.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even do like I have to wait until at least 32 bars in to give some melody. But that's just me.
I
totally
to
agree.
give like some melody, I can understand that.
And if you're going to use drums, I'd recommend try and take out all of the swingier bits and maybe the 16ths. the more
We
you
have
can
a hive
simplify.
mind. I was just gonna talk about this.
Were you? Let's go.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird. I
Yeah.
was literally just like, because the amount of times where the swings aren't matching up and it sounds so bad. Like, don't overswing your intros. It's not good. It's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
If you just take out all of the swing elements of the mixing points, you can mix in with any song in theory, right? But the second you have one element
Right.
that's swinging, might sound a little weird with that one song, and then you're kind of screwed. But
Unless all your music is swung exactly the same way.
yeah,
Right. Or it just happens to be just two songs that work well together.
you have that one Ableton swing preset you just use for every
Swing
single
62
song.
every single
Swing,
song.
swing 62, yeah.
MPC. Fucking blah, blah, blah.
There we go.
So, did you have more AT?
No.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
The thing that I always go back and forth on that I want to pick your guys' brain about, I know we've talked about it, but it's good to talk about again since it's been a while. There's always that battle in my head of like having an interesting intro versus a mixable intro. Especially,
It can be both.
It can be both. Can be both.
It's hard.
It's possible. It's hard. It's finding that balance. That's
But
like
that's
always
fun.
my thing. Yeah.
That's super fun.
And especially
puzzle.
nowadays with, everyone's always talking about songs are getting shorter and shorter, attention spans, all this, whatever. It feels like there's just less time to have like 3/16s as an intro. I would love to. I would fucking love that. But then also, like even just as a listener, if I hear a house song and it just starts as the kick and snare for 16, like I'm bored. I'm so bored.
Yeah, okay, you're saying
We're past that.
you're saying
Don't
it's
release
boring,
those.
right? Like
Yeah.
you think that what if it's
For
like
me,
a,
just for me.
I guess we could do like a 16 that has like a kick only at the beginning and then an up hat thrown into it. That's good to mix, right? It's
good to mix.
Boring,
Boring.
right?
Dude, but...
So, like, what do you think your remedy for that is at that point? Like, if you want to throw interesting things into it, do you chop it up
teacher's
a bunch
choice.
and everything like that?
Whoa, dude, the closed hand.
Oh, that was a close
Yeah,
hand. I'm
you-
sorry.
Because I think there's like a fine line between like having a good mixable song so
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
you get to the drop, which is most of the time the point.
Yeah. All
But-
right, what's the remedy for that then, boys?
I do like an interesting build up too.
Yeah. AT?
Extended mix. You make
Extended
an extended
mix.
mix.
I was going to say the opposite. You make a radio end it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Same concept.
Yeah,
though.
it's the exact same concept.
Yeah.
Don't release
That is the cheat
one.
code.
Yeah, yeah. You release a separate version that doesn't have this ridiculous, this type of intro.
Or
Yeah.
you
Well, which one do you mix
you
then at
ball
that
out
point?
and
The
you
extended
release
mix.
both of them.
So you go
Yeah, that's the way to
That's
do
cool.
it.
So you go
That's cool.
for
Yeah.
the one that's obviously going to be more like interesting at that point.
Well, no,
right?
it's not necessarily about interesting. It's the fact that you have a bunch of cue points, so you can have the intro as long or short as you want it as the DJ.
Okay, yeah. So
That's
then you can.
you are the manipulator. You are the
You are
navigator.
the selector. Ooh, the navigator.
Yes, you
The
are
navigator.
navigating the ship. So you,
Manipulator.
by having the extended mix, you just have more real estate
Yeah.
to sit there.
No, this is the power move.
Yeah.
Like you just do that, and then you can release the fucking quick and tight 2.5 minute song, quick intro, gets into the chorus. Mm-hmm. That's the radio edit, and then for the DJs, you just release the
Especially
extended
for
mix on
dance shit.
Beatport or Bandcamp,
Yeah.
or part of the EP if you want to be a fucking real boss. And for the heads out there who are like, no, I like listening to the 16-bar beat at the intro. Like, yeah.
That's
That is a
me
bar.
right now.
That's
I'm sitting
Justin.
here and I'm like,
That's me
I'm
too.
like, what are you talking
That's
about?
me
That's the bread
Yeah.
and butter. That's where you get to. That's
I
where you
like
get to like, and to bring the conversation full circle, right? Like that's where you get to use texture to your advantage
Yeah.
because you get to be like, oh, cool, like,
Okay.
like maybe the bones of the 16 bar don't change, but there's some elemental in the background that's like, oh man, like here I'm
A little
bringing
saucy
heat, a little
reverb
bit of
change
of
that
course.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that shit. All
That being said,
subtle
though-
little moves.
The like the je ne sais quoi for me
Yes.
is like an 8-minute track. Every single time, like
Right.
I'm going for a track. if I'm scouring for music
got some thoughts.
and I find an 8-minute track, that means I have literally 8 minutes to choose where I want to breathe.
Dude, honestly, I'm
I
with
get
you.
the full range of this artist's like idea, and like I can choose to start the song. Like I make my own 32 bar intro
Yeah.
with at a
Yeah.
completely different part of the song where it's like it gives it a completely different type of emotion. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
as a DJ, for sure, I want all the 8-minute tracks. Like, I want all of them to be that long, because then you can do whatever the fuck you want all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But as a producer, I've just been making 1-drop tracks
That's also a sick move.
to satisfy both of my complaints, where I
Dude,
can
I
have
mean,
like
most of the
kind of a
time-
long intro,
Yeah.
and then there's nowhere for you to go but to play the whole song.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
Sorry.
too, if you're
That's
playing a
genius.
song, you're only playing like 1 drop.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
So make your 1 drop
the
just
best
fucking-
that
out.
it
Yeah.
could possibly be at
Yeah.
that point, too.
48 bars.
I always
Yeah,
get tripped up on that
exactly, yeah.
because I always end up doing something less cool for my first drop, and then my second drop, I'm like, I'm just gonna go balls to the wall with it, and then it sounds better. And I'm like, should that just
Should that be the first
should
now?
that
Because that
just
one's
be
cooler.
the thing
Yes.
So-
that people listen to at that point?
So this is a fucking weird thing.
He's probably right.
Yeah, if that's only what DJs are going to play up, probably should be your first drop. The second drop should be like an alt. You know what I mean? It's like if a DJ wants
Yeah.
to play it, it's a little different.
If
and
it gets to that
doesn't make
point.
people bored,
Yeah.
but it's like your hottest idea is on the fucking first drop. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And
I
so
go back
I always
and forth.
do that on my second because I'm like, oh, I have to compensate for the first drop because I can't just do the same thing.
Yeah.
So make it better. And then,
I would do this. I always do the same but different concept.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the second drop is not better or worse. It's just a little different. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Justin's liking that.
My My hot take is my second drop or my third drop is my bread and butter.
drops.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa.
like, because a drop is relative, right? Like, I mean, if you're considering
True.
like different genres, like you could have like a drop that's like very minimal, and you can have a drop that's like very, very, very heavy, and like, I feel like if I'm gonna close out a song, that's the. I don't know. It's like closing out a room full of people, right? Like I want people to remember it from start to finish. So it's like a beautiful drop in the beginning. It's like an edgy drop in the middle, and then to close it out, it's the bang. You know what
Right.
I mean?
The finale.
Yeah.
Or it's the left turn, which is always
Yes.
super fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second drop or the third drop, whatever the last thing is just like a complete left
It's
turn.
deep dub.
It's probably my favorite
It's
thing
deep
to
dub.
do. But
Deep dub or drum and bass?
I wouldn't say it's the smartest because, like, I do that on probably too many songs, and it's
Yeah.
probably not good.
Or you do what Glad Pauling does, where you change the drop every 8 bars.
That
Every 2 bars.
Every
I
2
don't.
bars
I don't know if we
sometimes.
can really relate him.
We can't really
to
relate him
this.
to people.
Just get him on the
That's
pod.
so
He is the
That would be
most
sick.
ADHD
That would be
production I've ever heard.
the best
Yeah.
thing ever.
Yeah, I've always been with you, Justin, where it's the mindset of I want the second drop. And UAC, you were saying, like, I want the second drop to be better or like a finale kind of statement. I love that concept because it makes me think about like a movie or a play or like.
Didn't we do that
something
with
like
Dawn?
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
we
yeah.
like make an edit
Oh, yeah.
where we're just
Yeah.
like we're gonna just blow the fuck out of it at the end?
Yeah.
Austin always plays the second drop. He never plays the first
'Cause
one.
it's
Yeah, 'cause
better.
I like the second drop.
It's
more.
The second
better.
drop is better.
Yeah,
It's
let's go.
so much better.
But so here, that's the thing. That's the thing where it's like streaming wise, if you think about it, the listener, if they don't like the first drop, they're not going to listen to the second. So then there's that mental battle of like, your first drop does have to be good enough to captivate the listener, right? Because maybe they would like the second drop, but they don't like the first, and like that's annoying. And I guess DJ wise, if you just set it up in a way where they can DJ either, then it doesn't really matter. But I don't know where I was going with that. But
No, you're good. Well, and it's weird coming from more of like starting out with like a hip hop kind of loop oriented mindset. Like I don't mind when the second drop's like almost identical to the first one. Where
Yeah,
I'm just
you
like,
hear-
cool, we're back. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like,
you hear like top 40 songs, the chorus, it's the same.
Yeah, I like that. I
Like you
like
don't
that.
have to.
So
you don't have to. No.
the late and great, well, not late because my dog is well and alive, but Frankie Knuckles, like
Oh,
there's
Oh,
the
yeah.
goat.
there's
the goat.
there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds that you could keep something grooving
Yeah.
and moving, and as long as people are willing to dance to it, that's where you get them hooked. So
Sure.
like this is kind of where the whole like, you know, man, what are you talking about? Leave the 32 bar intro, man. If you want to make it a 64 bar intro, like that's just going against the grain. Like I mean, personally, when I make music, it's not to appease anybody but myself.
Right,
Like
same.
I make music I want to listen to, and like when I'm listening to something that has like soul from start to finish, and it's got like, you know, it doesn't even need to have this crazy movement. I just need to feel what I'm listening to. Like that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So like the like back and forth of like, is this good? Is this not good? I feel like it's totally up to the listener. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because like if you're stuck scrolling and you can't survive past 15 seconds of the same thing, that's a personal problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not a song for you. You are not the listener base for that style of
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to. You really do, like you were saying. You have to have it match up. You have to have it as memorable. Because if you have like a melody or you have a vocal or something like a bass line that's really memorable in the first drop, and then you don't bring it back, and the second idea is worse, everybody's just like, oh, great. You know what I mean? Like, because I want, like, if I like something enough, like a vocal, I'm like, let's just bring it back again. I want to hear that again. Like, I don't want to, like, that's why I love hip hop so much, is like, just loop it back. It's like they find the best 8 bars, and then they're like, they find ways to make it evolve, but it's like, it's still fundamentally that idea. Like, Ivy Lab does that a lot, where it's just like, fundamentally, you're still coming back to the same, like, groove or the
but
same
then they
thing.
also do the thing where, like, the second part of the song is almost a completely different song.
Yeah,
like,
it really
has
depends. Yeah.
nothing to do with the first part at all.
Yeah, to me, that's just like, that's the gut fun reactions of just being in the studio.
That's a good
When
point.
you're just
Yeah.
like working and you're like, let's use this thing for like a fill, and then it just happens to have a second half on
the
it
fill
that
turns
accidentally gets
into a
looped.
new song.
Yeah, and you're like,
You're
wait
like,
a minute,
oh my god,
and then
now
it just
this
does
sounds
this,
amazing.
and it's just like you're just in the flow of it,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, there's the song.
There's the song, boom.
I guess if we're talking about the
why
like
force
first
it?
drop, second drop thing, I get in my head a lot and can think that the second one is better than
Sure.
the first one just because I think it's better.
It's classic
but
trope.
that's most likely not the case most of the time too.
Yeah, because you've
Yeah,
heard the first
like-
one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you listen to it too many times and you get sick of it, and
That's everything. Yeah, you
Just
gotta.
get too trapped up on your own fucking feelings,
Yeah.
and
You either gotta disassociate, which lewds are hard to come by these days.
yeah,
Or you gotta like use your ears wisely. Like you're like, all right, I gotta
you
start
gotta
working
kinda
on like the
actually
second drop
know
here.
what you're making at that point too.
Not necessarily, but you can't just hit.
Can't half-ass it.
You just can't hit spacebar just to like. Let's just vibe for it.
Yeah,
For a second.
yeah.
Like, be working. You know. Especially if that's an issue for you, then you should be like, all right, let's fucking get to that second drop fast, so that I can kind of work on both drops at the same time.
Yeah, don't get too caught
Yeah.
up on your own bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, building it out fast is a really nice way
Yeah,
to
it's
do
a
it.
huge way
Yeah.
to do it.
Not everything.
If you linger on things
Right,
for too long,
exactly,
you'll
exactly.
start to just fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're not doing yourself any services
No.
or anything good at that point.
That's why I love the concept that we talked about, where it's the drop sessions. Just like you have your first drop, here's all the elements, make 5 variations of it. By the time you make those 5, like you're gonna be like, oh, the third one, that's fucking sweet, and like, oh shit, even the fourth one, that's better than the first one. And then
Right.
now, like it's still the like, oh, which one is better? But now you have 2 that you're more pumped
You're
on than the first one you made.
essentially making a sample pack at that point too.
like drop sample pack.
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? You could take every single thing that you do at that point. I'm
It's
sure
a drop
somebody
bag.
else is gonna like it.
Dude, that is. But I've seen you do this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Where you're like making like 5 drop ideas, dude. When I can get on one, I'm like, thank fucking god. It takes forever
Yeah.
for me.
Dude,
I'm a slow writer. I don't write like all my songs. Those are the only versions of them usually.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like maybe one
Dude.
slight variation, but like
I would-
that song is it. You know what I mean?
I used to be the same way, and I'm sure you guys did too until we started talking about it. Maybe you still work the same way, but I used to do the same thing, and then I was like, I just want to like push myself to see if I can do this, and like it just cracks open your brain in a different way. Like the first thing that you make that sounds good, it can be so hard to get there, and it's like a mountain to climb, and you're like, I don't want to touch it, I don't want to fucking ruin anything. But it's really almost like the second you get to that first peak, like that's when the world like really opens up, and you're like, okay, here's just the foundation to play with.
I think being
Now you get to really fucking play.
I
'cause
think
you have
being
all the shit.
multi-genre helps a lot with that too. Like
That's
the
true.
fact that
That's
you're
true.
literally not just like making tear out or something like that. Like you could be doing all the other like UKG, techno, learning how to do that shit. That's gonna help you not be stagnant in the way you write your music at that point
Yeah,
too.
yeah, you're right, 100%, 100%.
I'm just obsessed with like this has got to be the 8-bar loop is the fucking like that's
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, but that's the same concept I'm trying to get to. I'm just saying the first 8-bar that you think is the good 8-bar, maybe you could do better.
Oh no, it gets deleted all the time. So actually, if I'm thinking about it,
Okay,
Make
so
it
I just
tear
don't
out.
print any of them. Like
Yeah.
I have like different ideas. Nope, hate it, and I just delete all of it, and then like or not
Okay,
delete
yeah.
all of it, but
Yeah.
I'll like delete elements of it that I don't think work. I rework a lot, like where like I'll have like a drop written out, and I'm like, nope, hate it, and then I'll just like rework everything. So, but I don't print like anything. You know what I mean? I'm like I throw like kill my babies.
Kind of bad about that too.
constantly.
I
Like, I'm
just
like,
throw
ugh,
shit away
whatever.
that
Yeah.
could be good, but I just don't care about it at the time.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, that is a similar concept. Yeah. Instead of just having all the sections in your project, you're just like, no, scrap all that, reset, fucking build it up, scrap it, reset.
That's kind of It's probably a longer process doing it that way, or like maybe not longer, but yeah, just for some reason
That's
like
basically
that's why.
that's basically how I do it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Although I don't usually like full delete. I'll print it and just mute it if I think I might want it for just a random thing or something, so I can visually still like, oh yeah, that's that thing. Or I'll just deactivate it, and then I can just like go back to it. But like if I hit the unhide all deactivated tracks, there's like 40 things that
Yeah.
pop
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah, and like the super loop
You get
goes from like
bombarded
10
by
things
just everything
yeah, to
for
like
the past,
40
like-
things. Yeah, that it was like
I need
all
to learn
working
how to
on.
have more ideas that I like.
Well, I mean that's not every song.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is.
Like
a
I
me
have a
problem.
couple tracks where it's just like the first thing I thought of. I'm like, this is sick, cool.
Yeah.
Let's just go with this. But that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
I do like making different versions of songs that I'm working on when it's in the 8-bar loop, and just having different things. Probably not going to use them 90% of the time, but it's
Sure.
good to have like little
And
drafts,
it's good,
basically.
Yeah, and it's good little practice.
And sometimes you need to get to those first like levels and the first scrapped ideas to get to
Exactly.
the good ones, right?
You
Like,
have to hike through the desert to get to the oasis, dude.
uh-huh.
Dude,
Isn't
this
it like
is a-
trial and
That's
error?
how it works.
This is a constant dilemma with all three of us. Is like they're the ones they've kept every song they've ever made. They keep everything they've ever done, and I'm the complete. I'm like I want to delete all the fucking shit. I don't want to hear it ever again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'm not precious at all, and you guys are a little bit more precious with
Yeah.
stuff. And I hate to say that, but it's
No,
true.
it's fine. It's
You
fine.
love
It's
to
true.
say that. I don't know what you're
true.
talking about.
I ain't precious with it.
I just did my mass hard drive nuke. So it was like,
I love to hear it.
dude, I had 28 gigabytes of just unusable poopy
Bullshit.
badookie from year one, and just kind of like
Thank
like,
you. I love you.
there's like a je ne sais quoi of like going back to a track and like trying to finish it, but I mean there's
Second je ne sais quoi of the pod.
I love
Man.
that.
I don't know.
Was that the second? I don't
Second
even
one,
remember
dude.
the first
That's
one.
Crazy. You're so rich. You're too rich for my blood. Shit.
Justin's yeah.
Uh,
He's balling.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, no, there,
100% feel that.
yeah, it makes more sense than what me and AC and Poon do, or not Poon.
I definitely
guess
don't
he
delete
deletes.
anything.
Yeah,
Don't delete anything.
But that's because I have the space. It's just there. It's not taking up any room.
yeah.
It's fine.
it,
I'm not going to work on it. I'm not going to worry about it. But, like, it's there in case, like, I don't know. Might want to go back to it just for, like, nostalgia's sake. You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. I for some reason don't have the
It's just
like.
archived.
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of.
really. I don't like going back very much.
Yeah, I don't.
But that's fine to keep it. You know,
I probably
whatever. It's just not what
won't.
I like to do.
I feel like a year is cool, cause like
Sure.
like
Whatever
I
you want.
added a terabyte and then I cleared 400 like gigs off my old stuff, right? So it's kind of like a little bit of like back and forth, because there's like some stuff that I'm like, oh man, I remember exactly what I was doing on another project that I can like go back to it, but everything past a year is like
Oh, sure. Sure.
into the
Those are
ether.
dead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah. It's not like,
like-
worth the time
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
No,
It's
like yeah.
it's a posterity thing.
Because after a year, like your skill level even has improved so much, and not only is the idea lost, but it's just like you're like you'll look at it and be like, who made this? Like, because like the techniques you were using are weird, or like you know what I mean. Like it's a year out is hard to go back to. You know what I mean?
But then sometimes you have some gems. Like 2 EPs ago, the majority of the new songs were fresh new ones, but one of them was one I had made like 2 years prior to that. And maybe I was just being too critical or anal or something, but like I randomly stumbled upon it 2 years later and I was like, wait, this is like actually fucking sick. And like the mix down needed a little bit of work, or like some things need a little bit, but like the idea was a fucking solid idea, you know?
Yeah, once you get far enough along, I feel like there's like diminishing returns in the other direction where you're like, yeah, I can go back 5 years and they're still okay.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the Chris Lake method.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like Appetite sat for like 6.5 to almost
Right.
like.
But you got to be
years.
doing it for
Whoa,
like over
wait,
10
really?
years.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, you
know
gotta
that.
wait
Well,
a long time.
Like the build, right?
Okay.
Because
okay.
he had like a whole stream about this. He was like, "Oh yeah, this song sat forever, and like
Yeah.
now it's my baby." You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I did see he just put out a video breaking down the song. Have you seen that? Is that the one you're referencing?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Gotta check it.
Guys, we've done like an hour and a half.
Damn.
Shit.
Should we go chill?
Yep. Time for a hot seat.
One last question from Jacob Waters here, which I can answer. He wants
we
to
can
know.
do another 30.
Scooby Doo.
He wants to know the story behind the Navigator sample.
Oh, did
do
you hear it in their
all
live
use
streams?
It? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo.
I hear it a lot, and I like
No,
it.
it's
It
not
is
Scooby-Doo.
actually me, good sir.
Yeah.
could
We
be
need the
Scooby-Doo.
Navigator. Yeah, it was for a house track for me and Dave's previous project called Party B.
Yeah.
That's actually me.
That's actually me.
Yeah.
We need
Dave
a
is
navigator,
Scooby-Doo.
dude.
I need a navigator. It was made for a house track, though, which is
I'll
hilarious.
see if I can find the OG track, and I'll throw it on the Discord. But you can't have the halftime version. That's ours. You'll have to wait till that one comes out.
Party B eyes only.
Yeah, but the house version I can put up on the Discord.
Or I guess
Loki,
Recon
that's
Gear eyes only too.
a song that you went back to from quite a while
Mm-hmm. It's
back.
probably the
and
oldest
made
Recon
into
Gear
another
track.
song.
Yeah.
It might be the oldest Recon Gear track because of that.
Yeah.
Because it was
Oh,
made
we gotta
like
sample
2
that
years before
squeaky-
Recon Gear started.
So
It's
that's
sampled
that's
right
actually kind of a fun concept. So you guys were Party B for years, and you were stacking up ammo for that project, and you decided to just rebrand and reset your style. So you had all this ammo where you could go back and like give it a new life.
And
So,
that
like-
that was I went through and looked at a lot of them because that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of my plans, and that was the strongest contender out of all of them by
Nice.
far. And it was so
Nice.
easy. I was like, and I tried to do it with a couple other ones, and it didn't really work out. And I was like, if I only get this one, that's great because this one turned out so good.
I will
And
say
the Darude one, but that one was already
gas.
yeah, that one was already halftime, so it was fine.
Literally.
Yeah, that one's one of the best.
I've had
that
the
song.
pleasures of seeing some of Party B in the use. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude.
the Party B?
Dude, what?
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
I like Party B. I like
Dude,
Party
if
B.
only,
definitely ahead
if
of
only
its
we
time.
met like fucking 4 years ago or whatever,
Definitely
like when they
ahead of
were
its time.
in their house phase and we were meeting all the house dudes, like,
Right.
oh, that would have been so funny.
Man, I was so tired all the time. I was at so many fucking afters, and I was so
It's also how
sober.
we found Sammy
Yeah.
Virgie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Polo song.
Yeah.
Found a lot of folks. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Producer Lounge.
Yeah. Jacob,
episode
thank you for
248.
sending in some questions. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
Jacob.
You've been showing up every stream.
Oh,
It's
I
fun
didn't-
to see.
I didn't realize we had a cheap fucking viewers here. Let's go.
You.
Band.
Sorry, I can't help.
Thank you, sir. We will see you guys next week.
Mr. Lingo, you got any shows coming up you want to plug? any
let's
releases
shout out
coming up?
the guesty guests here.
I got a show on the 10th for Quite Right Records. That'll be fun.
Shout out.
Nice.
That'll be at the 400 Washington spot.
Nice.
If you know, you know.
Yep.
And then on the 31st, I'll be doing Space Jams out at Club Vinyl with the boy Owie.
Shout out, Owie.
Hell yeah.
Friend of the show.
Podcast alum.
Fucking
Yep.
podcast shalom.
Alum. I didn't say shalom.
He did say shalom. He's
No, I
Jewish,
did
guys.
not.
Somebody clip that.
Hey. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have anything else to shout out?
There's
have
nothing
a-
wrong with saying shalom, guys.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with
I don't
that.
think that's cancelable.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't.
Whoa, it's only
That-
cancelable if you're an
Wait,
anti.
That's just like a. It's
I
like
didn't
a
say anything was wrong with
some
it.
sort of just blessings.
I just said it.
Actually, I don't know. I'm
Dude.
speaking out of my ass.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Whoa,
Shalom.
don't say it like
Um,
that.
In Vegas,
Shalom?
potentially playing another show finally at Larimer.
We are?
It might just be 18.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, this is news to me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just him. Hilarious.
Yeah. I'm playing a show on February 7th at Larimer.
Now that's the show, February 10th.
No, I'm playing another show on February
Oh, you're
7th.
playing another?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at you
Yeah.
go. Who, with who?
This guy Roman, who does
Shout out Roman.
Roman. It's what are they?
Shout out
What
Roman.
is it?
This
It's all
guy.
It's called
Roman?
Fast Break.
fast break, and it's
Yeah.
all hard groove and hard house, and that's what I'll be playing.
Oh,
Let's go.
Hell
You
yeah.
found your
yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Von Klaus is releasing on Excision's label next
Let's
month.
go.
That's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, it's a collab with Bass Nectar.
It's a collab with Bass Nectar.
Let's go.
Might
dude.
be featuring Datsik.
He's
We'll
my
see.
favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
No,
I
God,
love
no.
Bass Nectar. He's my daddy.
Someone clip that.
Hey, all right, guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Shout out.
Can you blur my face on the end of that one?
Jebediah Lang.
Oh my God, we didn't
Shout out
even
Jebediah
give
Lang,
praise
our
to our
benefactor.
benefactor. Thank you for bringing
Yeah.
that up, Dave.
Get him in here.
Shout out Lingo, Warren, and Von Klaus. Thanks for joining us today, boys.
J-Lang has a synth coming out. That's all
He
I can
does
say.
a soft synth.
He doesn't want us to promote it yet, but he has a synth coming out.
It's hardware.